telling you, these little touches have paid me dividends. I know they have. But I genuinely like doing it, okay? I genuinely like doing it. When I get a card from my State Farm agent, I know she probably didn't send that out. I just know she didn't. I know it's just some automated program, so it doesn't feel personal, okay? So that's the first thing, right? Second thing, just write it down. I don't care when you do it, just send a thank you card and make sure it's handwritten. You can go, listen, I went to TJ Maxx, you know, they have their card section, you know, you can buy bulk. There's really nice ones I bought, and it was like nothing. I think I paid $4 for a box, but it's a really cool, like, brown envelope. It just looks nice. It's not just a standard card, right? And I bought a bunch of boxes, and I have my assistant send out a thank you card. Now, if you don't have an assistant yet, you write the thank you card. I wrote thank you cards for years, okay? But it's nice getting a handwritten, personal note. Now, one client said, hey, it doesn't look like you wrote this. It looks like you had someone else write it. So I took the time and I wrote him another card in crayon. He's a friend. So I did, and I put a sun in the corner, and I said thank you. But point is, handwritten makes all the difference in the world. I don't care what you say. Just say, hey, thanks for the business. You know, I know the plans we're putting in place will work well for you now and in the future. Okay? But I'm telling you, okay, I just helped you out with an IUL. You're committing $3,600 a year to it. Okay? I go back to the underwriting. How long can underwriting take, especially if they're asking for medical records? A long time. In the meantime, they're thinking about, what the hell did I buy? Uncle comes over on Mother's Day, conversation of insurance comes up, say, yeah, I'm getting a plan for $3,600. What? I just have a term policy. I just paid $12 a month for it. You're crazy. You're losing your money. Maybe I am losing my money. I'm telling you, if you don't have little forms to communicate, how many of you have refinanced your house before or purchased a home? If you don't hear from the you're calling the mortgage person, right? All the time. What's going on? What's going on with my loan, right? Well, same thing with your insurance. They're committing $3,600 a year. If you don't have some form of communication during that underwriting period, I'm telling you, you could have problems, okay? How many of you have gone through that? Hey, I haven't heard from you in weeks. What's going on with this? You just think that everybody understands that how underwriting works. We do, because we deal with it on a daily basis. But our people that we're talking to every day, they don't deal with underwriting. When's the last time they bought insurance? Maybe it was the first time they bought insurance. And now underwriting is taking 4 to 6 weeks and there's no form of communication whatsoever. That's not good. So I think a handwritten note just reaffirms, hey, I'm thinking about you, I care about you. It takes 2 seconds, have somebody else do it. I don't care if it costs a couple bucks, just do it. All right, it's part of running a business. I'm telling you, those little, people don't get those little intimate touches anymore, do they? And when they do, they feel good about it, right? So, I don't know, this has just helped me, all right?
If I can add.
Yes.
In the 35 years I have been in the business, I have always done that. Birthday cards and Christmas cards. And I do it with my own hand and they really like it. Last year I didn't do it. We were really busy, family things. And this year they have been asking me if everything is okay. I did not receive my card. I did not receive this. And it really works. I mail about 50 cards every month, birthday cards. And he's right, it works. It gives a special relationship with the client.
Yeah. Okay, so when you help out a client, how many of you track it? Show of hands. Couple people? In what form do you track it? Now, if you're a trainee, are you tracking it or are you relying on your trainer to track it? Whose client, if you brought it in, whose client is it really? It's your relation. I mean, the trainer's helping you, but ultimately it's your relationship. Okay, so you got to take ownership of that. The way you do that is just build a spreadsheet in Google Docs. Okay. I mean, I do this and I go another step further. But why do I like doing this? Well, I like doing it because I want to know where I'm at for the month, and I want to know, okay, hey, you know, it's Sunday night. I need to follow up with Diane, my assistant, make sure these cases are getting checked on. So I share this stuff with my assistant. Okay, but we put this in, and this is February, March, and April. clients that I've done personally, and it's real simple. I just put in date, last name, first name, meds done. Just write down the titles if you want, okay? I'm not sharing the spreadsheet with you. If you don't know how to build a spreadsheet, go on YouTube. It'll teach you how to do this, okay? I think too many times we just rely on other people to do all our work for us. And guess what? We give it to you and you still don't do anything. The best is if you just learn to do it yourself. I had to learn to do this myself. I just went on YouTube and I figured out how do I build a spreadsheet in Google Docs, okay? I'm not trying to be a jerk. When you do it yourself and you go through the process, that's how you really learn, all right? So meds done, money transferred, thank you card, was it sent out, okay? Now some of these are existing clients. Company, product, the face amount, assets under management, the account number, points, split agent, total points, okay? Now if you don't want to track all of it, you don't have to, but just understand the spirit of this and tracking it on a monthly basis, okay? That way, you know, when you sit down on, you know, Monday morning or Friday afternoon, you're like, hey, listen, I got a couple hours here, I can check on my stuff. Let's assume you don't have a staff. Hey, where am I at with the process of all this stuff? Okay? Has the money come over? Maybe I need to make a phone call. How many times do you make a phone call to the insurance company and you're like, oh my gosh, if I would have called them 5 days ago, I would have had this settled and my commissions would have be hitting next week. Right? But we have that sense of urgency to do that. Okay? When I used to live in Chicago and I would drive to the office, every morning I'd be just checking I'd have the printout of my list and I'd just be calling the insurance companies and checking on cases, making sure everything's getting done. So build yourself a spreadsheet, okay? Now along with this, you may think it's a lot of work. Yeah, it is a lot of work. But along with this, we create our profile in a CRM. A CRM stands for Contract Resource Management. We all know about Salesforce, right, which is getting updated all the time. Just spoke to them the other day. They're adding a lot more stuff. But then what we use is something called Redtail. And this is an online-based system, but this is where you put in your client's name, all the information I just showed here, but in addition, address, phone number, work, height, weight, smoker, kids, everything, okay? All their accounts. I even list out their accounts that are not held with me, their 401ks outside, again, because I want to know about it when I'm doing the review. So what you can do here when you're going to go do the review, before I would do something like this. And now you may want to start with, and I printed this out because I wanted to give you some, you know, some ideas of things that you can do yourself. But before I would have my CRM, I would just go to a spreadsheet and I would type out, let's say you guys are going to do a review this week, or you got a client. You can use this for writing business. You can use this for reviews. But it doesn't have to be fancy. Information as of the date, the client's name, their life insurance, the owner, company, policy, death benefit type. I have a few other columns over here like cash value, etc. Disability insurance, college funds, liquid accounts, retirement accounts. Okay, now some clients you may meet with may not have all this stuff. But the point is that you have it organized so when you meet with them, you can take notes. Where are we at on this? Where are we at on how you feel about that? Are you ready to move this now? Etc. But you know how many times people like it? A lot of people like it when you go and meet with them and you have all their accounts organized and show them this stuff. Now on the CRM, what's great is it'll create, once I put in all the information, I just click a button that says click report. And it'll spell out all their accounts that are with me, the ones that are held away. And then the other thing too is that it'll print out a beneficiary report. So I know exactly, hey, let's do a beneficiary review on all your accounts. Let's make sure everything is aligned the way it should be aligned. Because if they've gone through a divorce, or maybe someone has passed away, or someone pissed them off and they want to change it. But again, I'm not necessarily getting paid to do this, but I'm doing it because I want to show them I'm on top of my stuff and I care about them.
That's the Redtail that one there?
Yeah. All I did was put report and it says beneficiary report, and that was it. And I printed all that out, and you can make sure that stuff is updated. Okay? Why is another reason why you want to go over beneficiary report? Because these are
Potential clients.
yeah, these are your future clients. Okay? If you don't know them or if you don't remind yourself about reaching out to them, hey, can you tell me a little bit about, you know, your son, Joe? Oh yeah, he just got a job doing this. Tell me about it. Oh, he's thinking about getting married, you know, their wife or his girlfriend's pregnant, whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My point is that it just leads to probing questions to be able to meet with them. Hey, do your kids have a good handle on this stuff like you do? No, they don't. Would you like me to meet with them? I'd love it. Why don't we schedule a time now? When we come over on Sundays for dinner, you want me to come by an hour early? We can chat for a little bit. Okay? But if you don't have it in front of you, you forget about it. That's my point, is that if you don't have it in front of you, you're not going to remind yourself to talk about it. And before you know it, you could have 4 or 5 more people to talk to where there is already a relationship, instead of trying to talk to somebody cold. Okay? All right. Now I'm going to finish up with this. Now, let's see here. All right, so I put this together, and you can do this yourself. You don't necessarily need mine, and I need to update this because I've just been taking notes recently instead of going through this. But this is just a form that I print out when I go see a client, and I have their printouts from, you know, their different accounts. The other thing with life insurance is it's very important to always try to do an in-force illustration to show how the thing is performing, what it's going to look like. Now, I'm not going to just promote Nationwide, but the one thing I do like is that you can run in-force illustrations right with the client. So you ever have a client say, well, what if I put in an extra $100? What's this going to look like? I don't know, I got to send an email to the company, I'll let you know in 10 days. Nationwide, you could do it right there in front of them, right? So here's how it's performing. Here's if you put an extra $50 a month away. Here's what it's going to look like, right? And again, that re-education, making them feel confident about what they own, okay? But you may want to print out something from the website and all their stuff. Just, you know, remind them. Now, the one thing I do ask, you want to write this down, is when you're about to review their insurance or annuity, I simply ask, and I don't care what the response is. Michael, I put this IUL in place for you. Why did you buy this? Why did you buy this from me? I ask that question, and they'll say, I bought it because I want protection for my family. Great. Why don't you, can you tell me how it works? How does this thing work? What do you remember? You know, what do they always do? They get shy, you know, and they're like, I think it's this, I think it's that. But that's a great starting point, because you got to understand where their level of understanding is on these plans. We just can't assume they know. A lot of times we just assume they know, and a lot of times they don't. And if they say, you know, I have no clue what I bought, well, I need to take some time to re-educate them about why this particular plan versus something else. So that's when I'll go back and maybe do term versus permanent. Why we chose this one, here's the benefits. But if I just jump into the numbers, they're looking at my numbers, and they're like, great, but I still don't know what the hell I bought, because we just assumed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. That is so important. And you know what another time to do it is when you deliver the policy. Tell me what you bought here. A lot of times we want to give them the policy and get the hell out of there before they change their mind. Right? Or we're so concerned about bringing them another product. Take the time. I'm telling you, you want chargebacks to go away, you have those issues, you simply ask them these questions. A lot of times it's just re-education. That's all it is. It's been maybe 2 months since you've sold them. Okay? So, their information, I like the top part for notes, but the second page is all our important questions. Okay? Do you have an updated will? Let's say you didn't cover that when you were going over insurance, because a lot of times we get referred to somebody, they just want insurance, they just want something specific, and we forget about these other things. Maybe we didn't do a true PFS with them. So do you happen to have an updated will? I spend a lot of time on this with people, because I feel like if I help them with this, even if I don't use Net Law or Legacy Shield, I just like knowing that they have this stuff in place, and again, I'm just trying to build trust with them. I'm just trying to do their overall planning for them. It's these little things, even if there's a lot of times I don't get paid on this stuff, but I just don't care, because I know it's the right thing to do. Because again, if I'm not doing it, who else is going to do it? Could be somebody else. Could be some other lawyer who's got a good advisor that they say, maybe you should meet with my guy. I see that your plan isn't set up the way it should be, maybe. Maybe you get a second opinion, but if you've handled it all along the way, That's important. Have you read the blue book? Emergency fund, right? Do you have any old 401ks we need to discuss? That's where you ask about past employers, whatever. Workshops, career moves. You know, anybody who's looking to make a career. Now, here's the big one Angela's going to cover. I'm not going to steal his thunder, but asking about who takes care of their home and auto insurance, right? When you refinance your house or you purchase them, who helped you out with your mortgage, right? Well, you did do your estate planning. Who's your attorney that helped you out with that, right? Or, hey, you just got your tax return. Did you do that on your own, or did you have somebody help you? Okay? And this is where it leads to more potential business partners. So my point is that there's so much to get from people that we already have relationships with. It's just, do we go back in an organized fashion, in a professional way, to get this info? Okay? Because I'm telling you, this will pay you a lot of money down the road. It'll pay you a lot of money down the road. But if you don't take these little steps, it won't. It just won't. I just know it won't. Okay? So, thanks so much.
Thank you, Patrick. That stuff makes sense?
Yes.